Hi ho friends, welcome back to another The Snug Bungalow video where we look through a bag of my thrift store finds. I find most of my stuff at the Goodwill outlets or the Goodwill bins, whichever you prefer to call it. I have a big bag of stuff right here next to me, so I suggest we dig right in. First piece we have is one of those plush nostalgia pieces we love so much. This is a Care Bear cousin. His name is Swift Heart Rabbit. He's known for being very speedy. And as you can see, he has a little bit of wear to his embroidered tummy patch. That will lower his value a little bit. But I cannot leave a Care Bear or a Care Bear cousin in the bins. I just can't. So we just put them right in the bag and keep on going. The next thing that I found, I don't dabble in too often. This is an actual piece of artwork. I'm not sure if it's like a latex paint, acrylic, I guess, or oil. I guess if I had to choose, I would say it was probably acrylic. It was made by Susan Cox. I don't know. You can see her little signature there, but it's a lovely landscape. It was made on board, and I just thought it was very beautiful, and could go with a lot of different decor, easy to ship, and then somebody can have their very own original piece of art. The last original piece of art that I found at the bins I kept for myself because I really liked it, but it was sort of almost in the same style. I don't think it was the same artist, but I just thought that was a good piece. I see a lot of other artwork being sold, so I just decided jump on that train. Okay, now these things I love so much. It will be very hard for me not to keep these, but they look like candy. I mean, essentially anything that looks like candy, I just love. These are obviously satin Christmas ornaments, vintage and still in the package, which is all great. These are candy striped. I love Christmas stuff that looks like candy. I love jewelry that looks like candy. It just can't be helped. So I'm gonna have a hard time parting with these. I may keep the green ones because I really love green. But we'll have to see. Otherwise, I'm going to try to sell it. Okay, so the next thing is something that I've never sold before, but other people have sold these and sort of talked about them on various videos. I'm always talking about Karen, Lavender Clothesline. Her videos are like a wealth of knowledge. You will learn a ton, like I do. And so I bought these. I have 3 of them, I think. 3 of them. And they are really heavy, actually, because of all this beading. Can you see that that's beaded? And they are little lampshades. So I have 3 of them. And I don't know if I'll sell them all 3 or if I will try to do 2 and then 1 on its own. Because I feel like 4 is more normal. But I don't know. I might do them all just in one. They're in very good condition. This beading is wired on here, so the whole thing is pretty heavy, but it's just beautiful. It catches the light really nicely. I can't imagine the glow of having a light behind this, but I think that it would be so beautiful. So I'm really interested to see how these do. I also bought a set of 6 or 8 fabric ones in sort of the same color scheme with a little bit of gold trim that just look brand new. And I know that Karen has said that you can get quite a bit of money for a set of like 6 or 8. People use them on those like chandeliers, you know? And so like you can get $60 or $80 for these things. We'll see. I'm excited to get them listed and see what happens. You just never know. I mean, I'm all about learning as much as possible. You can't know everything about everything, obviously, but I like to sell new things sometimes that I haven't ever had an opportunity to sell before. And then you just add to your knowledge base, and I like that. This is something that I have sold before, although I've never found this specific piece. This is a Decor piece, and it is Burwood products. So this is plastic. And it's meant to look like a trim piece. Maybe you put it above a piece of art or a mirror, but it's highly detailed and very beautiful. Anything that you can put the name Hollywood Regency towards has a tendency to do pretty well. And this is sort of like a home interiors piece, if you're familiar with that from like the 70s and 80s. And it just looks like regular plastic on the back, but very beautiful. Now, sometimes when you're at the bins, you have a tendency to find weird stuff. And I have a rule that I've been following for many, many years of selling, both in person and online, that weird sells. So if I find something that I'm just like, what is this? Or how did this even get made? I definitely pick it up. And that is why I picked up this Pittsburgh Steelers football man nightlight. I'm not sure if it works. It doesn't have a bulb in there, but as you can see, his skin is translucent. So when you turn the light on, he will look radioactive. And who doesn't want that? He's like sort of in a running pose, but sort of like a sitting pose as well. I just thought, man, that is some weird stuff, and I'm gonna need to have that. So, and sports stuff sells pretty well. People like a team, so I will try to report back on that one. Really, really weird stuff. And like I said before, sometimes you can find actual antiques. There's plenty of vintage stuff there, tons of new stuff, but it's harder to find an actual antique. And I think that I have found one, and it is so beautiful. I'm keeping it for myself because I'm in love with it. But it is this tiny little tin, and I think it held violet candies. And the back of it is purple, and it's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't have, I think it's French, but I'm not sure, but it's just stunningly gorgeous. And when I was at the bins, I found the top first and was like, oh, this is beautiful. And I was like gonna keep it when it was just the top because, you know, it was just so beautiful. But then I searched in the bin down through the depths and found the back, and that really made my day. Just a quick note, if it looks like I don't know where to look, it's because I'm using a new setup and I can't look directly at myself in the camera, which is what I'm used to, because it looks like I'm looking over here for some reason. I don't know how these things work, but I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here. So if it looks like I'm talking to somebody who's not you, I'm really sorry. I'm doing my best. I really am talking to you, and I'm glad you're here. Okay, another new thing that is great to sell and usually sells very quickly and brings more money than you would think is koozies. Now look at these. Falcons. Sports. I know sports. It says Atlanta Falcons on here, so, but I think I may have known that anyways. I'm just gonna say I did. These look like jerseys, and they're for bottles and, you know, Bud Light. So I've got 3 of those that I will sell all together. And koozies, weirdly, like not even vintage, just like right now koozies sell quickly and well. I feel like you can kind of get these things anywhere for a couple bucks, but I guess they know something that I don't know. Because if it's about sports, I definitely don't know. Now, this is something that I found, and I like saw this part first and was like, oh, that tin is real cute. That's interesting. And then I went to open it and I saw the top, but then I saw that that actually wasn't the top. The top is clear. And these are little paper napkins inside. Not napkins, coasters. How cute. And there are, must be 7 bajillion of them in here because they're really thin paper coasters. And I just thought, oh my gosh, that is so delightful. Right? How cute is that? I was like, yeah, that's gonna be a yes. Oh, guys, of course, this is why I love it so much. I don't know if you can see, but it says Avon on there. And I am drawn to Avon. We had an Avon lady named Bev when I was younger and growing up, and I was allowed to order things from her. So I have like the whole kids line. There was like some perfumes and stuff for kids that I had, and everyone in my family had all the jewelry and everything. And I'm just so drawn to it, like automatically without even knowing. And I think they make a great product. Their jewelry is actually really nice. And it was very affordable, and you can still get the vintage jewelry online. I'm going down a rabbit hole because of my deep and abiding love of Avon. But I'm telling you, it's quality. If you find an Avon jewelry product, it's gonna last for a long time. Really, really nice stuff. Okay, here's another weird thing, but I already knew about this one, so it's not that weird to me. But this is a toucan bird that has been hand carved, hand painted, and it is made out of like balsam wood or something. It's like so light. It has, I'm assuming that this should be shaped more appropriately, but he has a stand, and this is great for tiki decor, porch decor, tiki decor. So cute, so light to ship, and just really adorable, right? He's just really, really well done. And he's got his little perch and everything. It's just darling. So I actually have another one listed in my shops that is made of leather, like hand painted, handcrafted leather, gigantic parrot bird. Okay, just a couple more things. This one is, what is it called? Okay, that's in a different language. Angel chimes. So these get put together. They have pieces that rotate in the heat from the candles. And I think this box was open in the bins, but I think I got all of the pieces. Unless all of the pieces weren't there to begin with. So I have to assemble this and see if it's gonna work out. But I know that people love these and they sell very well. And you know, they can get huge. You know, you can have some that are like 3 feet tall. If you'll remember the movie with Chevy Chase, the Christmas movie, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, his wife's cousin like touches it and the whole thing just like falls apart, because that's really how it's put together. Like, they're not really glued together. You piece them together every year so that they can be stored like flat. So we'll see what comes of that, if I have all the pieces or not. Okay, the last thing is interesting and might not be something that you've thought of before to resell, but it is silverware. I have sold very few pieces of silverware. I'm very picky about what I will pick up. These are mid-century and they have a starburst pattern on the handle. Some of them are marked. It says Japan, and this is First Star stainless steel by Hull. So the maker is Hull. These are stainless steel and they all have the little stars. I don't have a full set. I don't have anywhere close to a full set, but I think that you can get at least $1 a piece for stuff like this, sometimes more if it's something that people really want. So I just pick up the designs that I like or the designs that I feel will be good to sell. Mid-century stuff, you know, it's been hot to trot for quite a number of years now and has not really cooled off. So I also have forks in here and they look pretty much exactly the same. So I thought those were good and I picked them up. So we'll have to see how that goes. Okay, so I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and bearing with me looking here and here and here and here and here. I am going to try to get that figured out. But in the meantime, if you could like this video, subscribe to my channel, and drop a comment. All of those things are free to you, but they mean something to me. I would be very, very happy if you did those things for me. Down in the comments box, the description box, I'm going to put some links to my shops just in case you'd like to peruse. This stuff will be listed probably somewhere within the 2-week range. If there's anything that you need before that, just drop me a comment. Except for the stuff that I'm keeping for myself, obviously. And I think we've covered all the bases for today. Okay, until next time, I invite you to go out and find treasure.